Hi, my name is Joseph Avant III, and I am a student at Full Sail University's online degree program. As a creative writing major, and for this podcast, I have decided to interview a peer of mine who is also in the field. Her name is Arma Chimson, and over the past few months, I've had the pleasure of getting to know her and reading her amazing work. She is a strong writer, one who is always looking for new material, one who is not afraid to observe the world around her. With her compassion, work ethic, and imagination, her work shows no bounds, and it definitely shines through. I'm grateful that she took the time to help me out with this interview and answering these questions. Thank you, Arma, and those viewing this podcast, I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Question 1. What do you see as the role of the visual arts in society today, particularly in your profession? I believe in my profession, visual arts are important, or are as important. It's not that covers for books aren't important, but writers have to be able to paint a picture with their words. I guess the visual aspect of being a writer is the ability to observe. We have to watch people, hear things, observe everyday movement and motions of the people, so when we write, our stories are that much more effective and relatable, says Arma. Question 2. New communications and media technologies make imagery almost instantly available. And here's what Arma said. She said that's true. Now we have Instagram, Twitter, Google, documents, spreadsheets, circles, all of the above, and they transfer imagery in our hands in seconds. Do you believe that this is having a positive or negative influence in your field or industry? This is what Arma said. We trade information easily, and just as easy as it is to make a good career out of it, some misguided tweets or photos can also destroy us. I believe that it has a positive and negative influence on the writing community. It could influence us badly as writers, but because we are not like singers or actresses who are out in the spotlight. We are behind our books and behind the characters in our stories. If we so much as write a post or update a picture that badly influences our character, we could lose a large part of our audience. It could also have a positive influence for the same reasons. Using websites and social media can really push us further along in our careers. I once read that if you want to get an agent or publisher, you have to put yourself out where they can find you. You have to publish as much as you can, write things online as much as you can. You have to be where they can find you and not hold up somewhere hoping your writings get noticed. Question 4. What popular images do you see that are frequently repeated throughout your industry? Here's Arma's answer. With romance, I always see writers that are alone or with little home commitments. This interests me, and I've always had problems with balancing writing and family endeavors. It seems that while some can do it, writers must either push through the hazards of everyday life and continue it alone. Question 5. Who is one of your favorite visual artists, and or what is your favorite style of visual art? Arma says, along with being a writer, she is also an artist, and one of her favorite visual artists is Jackson Pollock. His designs are one of the most impressionistic she has ever seen. His drizzle on the paint on his canvas seems to really interpret what she likes to paint. She loves art and loves to be allowed to be open and free and see things in a new light. She loves the blend of colors and the influences they have on everyday life. Question 6. How has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your creative process? Arma says, I'm not sure my knowledge of famous artists or artworks has affected my creative process so far. For the most part, I would like to think that it does, but I'm drawn to more effects of writers. When I'm reading, I'm also so far into the story that sometimes my brain starts to create awesome book ideas for my own benefit, right in the middle of a sentence. I sometimes read certain types of books when I want to write. It might influence my flow or even how fast I get to my ideas, either on paper or on my Mac.